live now. Just gonna get this bad boy set up and then we can start. Just gonna get this bad boy set up. Okay, audio is working as it should. Alright, boom. We should be ready to rock and roll. Yes, indeed, Colin. Major poggers. So the first game we're starting... Oh, wait. First off, before we get to the games, I said I was going to show the playoff picture in Discord. I never did. I never got around to that. So we can take a look at it now. I meant to show it at the end of last stream, and I meant to take a screenshot of it. I didn't do either of those things. So here you go. Our first look at the playoff picture as of now. The only thing that really surprised me is I'm surprised the Jags are the 7. I thought they would have been higher. I think them, the Bills, and the Raiders all have the same record. So I guess that kind of makes sense. Obviously, the 1 seeds are the Colts and the Cardinals. They both look pretty unbeatable right now. The Caps are 2. I mean, I think it's going to be a pretty close race for the 2 seed in the NFC. Assuming Arizona holds a 1, which I think they will. What's good, Jax? What's good, Nick? How we doing? Should be watching DR3 versus win. I mean, both games are really good. I would have been perfectly happy with either. Going into the week, I wanted one of those 2 games to win. So, I'm not really all that surprised that it was close because they're both really good. I mean, the Caps and the Cougars are the 2 seeds. So, there's a legitimate argument for that, but the Colts have won 10 in a row and the Jags have won 5 in a row. So you really cannot go wrong either way. Hope my team's offense isn't dead by then. What's good, Ian? What's good, Pokemon? Yeah, the Cardinals will be next week. Cardinals and Lions, our first look at IT in a Lions jersey. IT will make his actual debut, I believe, against the Steamers, which is ironic because if the season ended today, they would play each other in the playoffs. Wait, what games are we watching? So the first one is Jags and Colts. That game won the tiebreaker, right? Yes, it did. It won the tiebreaker vote pretty convincingly. And then the second game will be the Lions and the Cardinals. Siri, give me a whole number between 1 and 2. Siri has selected 1. That's pretty rare, so we will use her for Colts. We really never use her Apple. I don't know if Apple's here at the moment. But if he is, he gets to pick his jerseys. Not that the Colts have, any cool jerseys. Except for the all-blue ones, if we want to do that. You guys certainly could make the playoffs. Oh, here's Apple. Okay, so good timing. Siri picked you as the user, so you can pick your jerseys. All blues, but white helmet. Okie dokie. Would that be here? No, that's a complete op. Oh, it's just for home. Why did I think of that? Wouldn't it just be the home jersey with blue pants? Okay. Well, that was a lot easier than I thought it was. Jags are in 88. Well, yeah, the Jags have one of the best rosters in the game. No shortage of firepower on either team. And these are probably the 2 hottest teams in the league right now. The AFC South has been very streaky. The Jags have won 5 in a row. The Colts have won 10 in a row. The Titans have lost 9 in a row. And the Texans have lost 5 in a row. So, you're either doing really well or you're doing really badly. But one of those streaks is going to end today. Finally, I guess there's been no conflict in the AFC South really at all. It's just been the same teams winning and the same teams losing. You better pass the Colts record. Well, you would have, in order to pass them today, I think the Colts would need to go 0-2 and you would need to go 2-0. I'm pretty sure if Indy wins this game, they clinch the division. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure because the Texans, I think, are 5-6. Yeah, so if any wins this game, they win the division. Shouldn't be watching this game. Well, we're watching IT next week. I think the Lions-Cardinal game is the better of the two Lions games. Even though it would be cool to see IT's debut, I would rather watch the better game. Not that the Steamers aren't a good team, because they are. But, I mean, I don't think we've seen Arizona really since the start of their winning streak. So I would like to see them again. Here with no volume. Okay, so we can talk about the Hail Mary. Actually, it'd be kind of a bad time to talk about the Hail Mary, because the whole point of that is for Nick to hear it. Acuna's hurt badly. Yeah, I saw that play right before we started. That is no bueno. Hopefully he's all good. But knee injuries are no fun, especially when it's a player of his caliber. So, who are we playing again? I'll check. Let's see. Who is Toronto playing? Toronto plays Green Bay and San Francisco. Oh my, whoa, what just happened? Chris Godwin's 78-yard touchdown. Okay. Yes, it was amazing. But what in the heck? I was trying to look at who Toronto was playing. But I see right when I looked up, Godwin was at like the 5-yard line. Okay, I'm going to watch that play back. Hold on. How did that happen? First play of the game. So so Eddie just took a nuke and it worked.
The kick is good.
Hold on, I got to see that again. Anytime I can see Eddie Small doing something good, I want to see it. Oh yeah, he just completely launched a bomb. And Godwin mossed like 2 defenders. Why did I miss that in real time? Chris Godwin just mossed 2 defenders and I completely missed it. 2 L's for us. Well, you're not losing to San Fran. They don't look good at all at the moment. Green Bay's a little bit more challenging, although the Packers are ice cold. But Green Bay is in a little bit of trouble, so we'll see if they can get back on track. Don't know how Godwin called that, because he's Chris friggin' Godwin. I guess that'd be the best reason. So here is Joe Burrow, who is having another great season. I don't think he's been as good as his MVP season last year, but he has been quite good this year. And the Jags are going to start with a big play, and it looks like it's going to go for a touchdown. 73 yards for Alexander Mattison. So we are 30 seconds into the game. Not even, and both teams have scored. This is unbelievable. We're 27 seconds in. What is defense? I don't know. We've seen 2 plays from scrimmage, and they've both been touchdowns. This is like unprecedented. I have the feeling this game is going to be a really good one.
The kick is good. That ties the game at 7.
I see how both of these teams are red hot because their offenses are freaking insane. Although the Jags are without Austin Eckler, I believe, for the rest of the regular season. But clearly it doesn't matter if Alexander Madison can be busting out 73-yard runs like that. Defense doesn't exist. No, I think we're watching the Pro Bowl. That would be my best guess. I mean, these are 2 all-star level offenses, so makes sense. But I don't know if we've ever had that where the first 2 plays are touchdowns. Are we going to get another one here? No. Okay, the streak is over. Fun while it lasted, though. Eddie's second pass of the day does not go for a ridiculously insane touchdown. Instead, it goes for like 5 yards. Who do you smoke? I don't know. Who do the Raiders play? I better not miss anything good this time. The Raiders play the Texans, who have been terrible lately. You should win that game. And then week 14, the Raiders play Orlando. It's kind of tough. Okay. So at the bare minimum, the Raiders should go 1-1. I guess it's a SimD. I guess so. I mean, the first time we watched your team, your defense wasn't much better. So maybe every Colts game we watch is just ridiculously high scoring, which is a good reason to keep watching them. Colts are going to be a fun team in the playoffs if this is what we're going to get. Ooh, he didn't get it. 3rd and inches. They should probably just hand the ball off to Saquon and get out of the way. That should probably be the game plan. Or if that works too, over to Hawkinson. The former Diablo. Eddie Small is 5 for 5. I don't know if he's going to start the game off with like 20 straight completions like he did last time, but he's 5 for 5. He does not throw a lot of incompletions in watch games, I've got to say. There's Saquon again with another nice gain. Yeah, I just don't, I'm convinced defense just doesn't exist now. I mean, both offenses have shown no signs of mercy. You don't throw a lot of incompletions in watch games ever. I would say that's somewhat true, but Eddie Small especially is like the completions master. But IT is pretty good in watch games for the most part, and we'll get to see him again today against an interesting Cardinals defense. I wouldn't say good, but I would say interesting. There's an incompletion. Took a while. Barkley, you beautiful man. Second and goal. Back to Godwin. Touchdown number 2. Quite the start to the game for Chris Godwin. And Eddie Small, of course. That goes without saying.
Joey Sly lining up for the point after.
So the Colts will make it 14-7.
Makes the score Colts 14.
And their offense is literally a machine from the 1 1/4 watch games we've watched of them so far. Did the Colts even punt it in the first watch game? I know we had the fumble with the Dalton Risner like punt where he kicked the ball 20 yards back, but other than that, I feel like they probably scored every other possession of that game. This was the right choice. I agree. I think the Cougar Caps game would have been really fun, but I think we made the right choice. Although, again, we could not have gone wrong either way. The Cougars and Caps is a legit OFL Bowl possibility if the Colts and Cardinals crumble. As Cesar Ruiz is hurt, is he going to the locker room or are they just not going to show it? Ooh, he is! Okay, that's a pretty big deal. Oh yeah, Joe Burrow exists. That's his first pass of the game. I guess that makes sense since their first drive was just one run. Second and 3. Quick strike for David Njoku inside the 20. And yeah, I think we're literally just going to have an offensive shootout. Is it just going to be whoever gets the ball last wins? I know that's a little bit premature to say in the first quarter, but neither of these defenses have done anything good today. There's a good play for Billy Costigan, the third-year linebacker. I believe that of... Isn't he from, like, Eastern Michigan? I could be totally wrong about that. I probably am.
Alexander Madison, the ball carrier. Tackle made at the 16-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 9.
And it looks like that'll do it for the first quarter. It has been an offensive shootout up to this point. Colts up 14-7, but the Jaguars are in the red zone as it's an early 3rd down and 9. Okay, why did he throw it? He literally could have ran it for the first down, and now instead it's 4th and 1, and they're probably going to kick the field goal. He should have ran it. I don't know why Joe Burrow decided to throw it. So, hey, that's like our first good defensive play of the game. Maybe there will be defense in the second quarter, because there was none in the first quarter. That IQ from Burrow, indeed. I would think his awareness would be pretty high, but I don't know why he threw it there. He saw Billy and was like, nah. Yeah, I probably wouldn't want to get hit by Billy either. Okay, game, we don't need to see this beautiful catch by Chris Godwin, although I don't mind seeing it again because that was pretty sick. But we already saw it. Thank you, EA. Nothing going for Saquon there. Good tackle by Chase Young.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 25-yard line.
You have 2 Offensive Player of the Year candidates on your team. I wouldn't disagree. Although Godwin's numbers are a little bit lower this year, in the 2 watch games, he's been a goddamn machine. So, he has that going for him. Malachi Arnold's looked pretty good today. 4 catches, 41 yards. His career has been a little bit disappointing, but he's doing good today.
On the handoff. Taken down at the 41. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6. That could have been a big play had he caught it. Colts aren't in field goal range. If the Jags can force a punt, that would be rather significant. And no, instead they choose to leave, looks like TJ Hawkinson wide open. Excellent coverage there. Definitely excellent. It's not like they left a guy 20 yards downfield with nobody around him. Eddie tries to keep it himself, doesn't get much there, maybe 3. Colts are storming down the field again. They now have it at the 11. There's no way he was in. Okay, that was a ridiculous catch. If he was in, I was going to say, EA, you're trying to help the Colts. Which is rare, because the EA has actually not been that nice to Apple this year. Which is odd, considering their previous love affair from the other OFLs. 3rd and 1 now at the 2. The Colts could consider going for it if they don't get it. I don't think they would. And that's not going to matter. Saquon Barkley dives into the end zone. And yeah, this Colts offense just looks unstoppable at the moment. How is Godwin not X Factor? I don't know. That's a good question. He probably should have gotten it by now, but I mean, it doesn't really matter because he's still absurdly good.
Jaguars 10.
EA and Apple are having an affair. Somebody cheated on somebody because EA doesn't love Apple like it once did. Although today EA does. The Colts are really good versus everybody, to be fair.
The Jaguars take
It's pretty remarkable that this Colts team won 4 games last year. And now this year, all they needed to do was trade for Eddie Small, and boom, they're like the best team in the league. Coincidence? I think not. We were, then 21 happened. Maybe EA doesn't really like you still. Another big run from Madison, who has 121 yards on 6 carries today.
We're on Jaguars. First and 10 at the 34-yard
I feel like I picked Indy to win the division at the beginning of the year. I could be wrong, but I might have. And if I did, I feel quite good about that prediction. I did. Wow, that was pretty bold of me. I got a lot of bold predictions wrong, like having the Bucks dead last in the NFC South after winning the OFL Bowl. Yeah, I missed the bar there, but for the most part, my predictions actually don't look that bad. NFC North, I completely whiffed on, I guess.
to Alexander Madison.
And Jacksonville is back in the end zone. I think that is Keenan Allen with the score. And still, 6 combined drives, 5 touchdowns, and a field goal.
Lining up for the point after.
Offense, or defense, what's that?
The kick
I don't know what defense is.
makes the score Colts 21.
So it's now 21-17. If Indy is up by 2 scores going into halftime, they're in a pretty good position. Offense, score. Well, that's not really a tall task. Ooh, flag. That was a late flag. That could be a face mask. No, it's a holding. Probably on Indy. On Aaron McAdams, and they will lose 10. Guess your 88 overall defense decided to die. I guess so. I mean, the Lions and Jaguars both have very good offenses, but maybe your defense just is not good and watched. And the offense, meanwhile, looks like the greatest show on turf and watched.
He was covered by Jeff.
Maybe it was Dalton Risner kicking the ball 20 yards that lit a spark under the offense, and they haven't looked back. 2nd and 10, Eddie under a lot of pressure, throws it away.
The pass.
Now Eddie is starting to throw some incompletions. He's still been really good today. Ooh, they're probably going to run it here, aren't they? Yeah. And Barkley has a chance to get the first. He does not. Nice tackle. So Jacksonville with a quick stop, and now the Jags can take the lead before halftime. We finally get a punt. Wouldn't you know it? We are going to get a punt today. There were a few moments in this game where I didn't think we would. Dalton Risner really is the MVP.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
Jags have it back with 2 timeouts in a minute. That's probably enough time. As Alexander Madison completely drops the ball. Not that it really matters. They wouldn't really gain anything there. But make your pick. Lions or Cardinals?
2nd and 10.
I would probably have to pick the Cardinals. I think the Lions are good, but I think Arizona's better. And I don't know what to expect with Detroit today. I mean, I think they are a good team, and they're getting a very good quarterback. But we haven't seen IT in a Lions jersey, so you never know. Which could mean the Lions become really good, or they could regress. What if IT gets hurt again? That'd be sad. Speaking of injuries, Vita Vea is on the ground. That's significant. Will he be going to the locker room? He does. Okay. So he's out for the game, maybe longer. So both teams have lost pieces of their interior. The Jags lost Cesar Ruiz, and the Colts lose Vita Vea. David Njoku does not want to get tackled today. He's broken multiple tackles so far in this game. If IT gets hurt, we can just go back to the GOAT. That's true. I mean, if IT does get hurt, it really wouldn't be that big of a deal because Dwayne Haskins is perfectly serviceable. I did check because I was curious, and Haskins is a free agent at the end of the year. So, I feel like somebody's going to give him a decent deal. If I needed a quarterback and I was desperate, I would consider it. Down to 10 seconds and 1 timeout. It looks like both Joe Burrow and Keenan Allen are in the zone. That's something. Maybe he should just lob it up for Keenan Allen. It looks like he has the honey badger on him, though. Or just do that. Okay, they still have a timeout. With 5 seconds, I would probably take another shot for the end zone, but if they don't, I wouldn't blame them. Yeah, I was kind of expecting this. And they do get the field goal, so it's 21-20. Maybe he'll just re-sign him so no one else can take him. I mean, since IT is a user player, he will probably ask for less money. So, I mean, hypothetically, the Lions could certainly bring both of them back. So, I guess if you don't want anyone to touch Haskins, I guess that would make sense. He said, don't jinx it, Octi. Well, I probably did. First half in the books. Defense, I don't know what that is. A lot of points, a lot of offense. The Jags are averaging 14 yards of play. Good Lord. And they're losing. They're only losing by 1, but they are losing. Okay, we don't need this presentation, EA. Oh, wow, that's actually kind of a big game for playoff spots. Okay, so EA is going to show us the whole thing, aren't they? And, of course, the classic Bears, Bears! Okay, we don't need highlights, EA. We saw the whole thing. So the Jags are starting on offense. They are not winning, but it's pretty much tied.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Trade bait for the offseason. Well, I mean, he certainly has trade value now. So, I think Dwayne Haskins could fetch a fairly big offer. Certainly more than what you gave up for him. So I guess that probably would make a lot of sense to re-sign him.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
I guess the only issue there would be like the cap penalty with his bonus, but since he would probably still fetch a lot in cap penalties since we're in the last year, they really don't matter that much. It probably still would make a lot of sense for him to do that.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7. Jerry Jeudy. That's good for a Jaguars. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Alexander Madison, the ball carrier. The tackle made at the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3. There's a big sack for Frankie Louvu. Is re-signing an off-season thing? It's all re-signing is in the off-season, yeah. I can show people who is due for contracts. I guess I maybe might do that at the end of today's stream for whoever is here. But re-signings is just an off-season thing because it would get a lot if it was like during the year. Although teams can re-sign user players during the season. So like if you wanted to re-sign IT during the year, that would work. Colts defense will be the reason why they won't win an OFL Bowl if they don't win it. Probably, yeah. Big play to the 12 for Keenan Allen. And the ironic thing is the defense is really good in the sim. Like, it's not like they're an average defense. They're quite good. Now, again, the two watched games of the Colts have been against really good offenses to their credit. But still, I mean, their defenses have not looked encouraging in either watched game. Look at Alexander Madison just bullying his way in for, I believe, his third? No, it would be his second. Yeah, his second rushing touchdown of the game. You could say that about every team versus a good offense. Yeah, that's definitely true. So I would definitely want to see the Colts against an average offense. Although, I mean, if you're playing against a team in the playoffs, it's probably going to be against a good offense, like Jacksonville or like Detroit. Although the AFC doesn't have the most depth. They do get the 2-point conversion. Nice catch by Jerry Jeudy, who's done like nothing today. Until that. Alexander Madison is doing quite well. He's outplayed Saquon Barkley today. Not that Barkley's been bad, but Madison's been really impressive. I think the Jags are on like an 18-0 run. Because they scored, they got a stop, they scored, then it's the end of the half, and they scored again.
Number 26, Saquon Barkley, the ball carrier. He's tackled at the 29-yard line.
A lot of pressure there. Eddie Small has not quite been the same since the first quarter. I feel like the Colts offense has slowed down a considerable bit, whereas Jacksonville's hasn't. But if the Colts can score on this drive, then they'll be making me bite my words. Okay, what was that? I think he was trying to throw it to Chris Godwin. It looked like he was trying to throw it to Godwin, who, by the way, was going to be wide open. If Godwin had caught that, that probably would have gone for a touchdown. But instead, Malachi Arnold just said, screw it, I'm going to go up and get it. And hey, it worked. Okay, no, that was to Malachi Arnold. Why did I think that was to Chris Godwin? Oh, well. Still a nice play, but in real time, it looked like he was trying to get it to Godwin. I guess that's not the case. Nice tackle by Zendiah Washington for a loss of the yard. The Colts need Dalton Risner to go down and catch a pass. And then his touchdown celebration would be to punt it in the stands. 3rd and 5, they're in field goal miss range. Now they're not. Now they're in actual field goal range. So it seems like the Colts offense is trying again. There's Duvernay with the play. Hey, that rhymed. That was not supposed to rhyme, but it did. Second and 11. Eddie Small was clobbered. That is going to be ruled a catch. And Hawk actually lost a yard. They are still in field goal range, but they're down by 7. I don't think they're thinking about a field goal. Running, doing nothing, he says. 3rd and 12. Eddie Small's under a lot of pressure, but he has time. Okay, that works. First down for Indy. They're finding the most creative ways to get 3rd down conversions. And to their credit, they are converting. Eddie Small just backed up 20 yards and saw Godwin running towards him. That was a bad play by the corner to let Chris Godwin do that. As the 3rd quarter is done, the Jaguars are now on top, 28-21, but the Colts are in the red zone and trying to tie the game back up. If we get a turnover at any point in this game, that team's going to win the game. All right, it's another 3rd down. What are the Colts going to do here? 3rd and 10, certainly not easy. Get your 4s in the chat. If they run the ball, I swear. Why? Oh. I'm never doubting Indy's play calling again. I'm never doubting this team again. I was not expecting a run whatsoever until I saw the formation and it looked like they were going to run it. But hey, look at Saquon go. We are now tied at 28. What a game so far, and there's still 7 minutes and 22 seconds left. Why run? Like, why? Well, Saquon Barkley is why. That's a bad play for Paul George. Well, if it was a playoff game, Paul George probably wouldn't be making that play. So, roasted. And I hate to roast Paul George because he's always been a guy who I've defended. Because people think he's a scrub. It's only 28-28, but it feels like the score is 100-100. We've had 1 punt, 2 field goals, and the rest have been touchdowns. Justin Jefferson is hurt. I don't think he's really done anything today, but that's still a big injury to a key player. Is he going to the locker room? He is not. Okay, so he is completely fine. How nice of Jax to root for the team whose abbreviation is Jax and not Apple's team. 3rd and 2. The Jags are going to run it, and it looks like they barely got it. That was close. Defense sucks. Well, not on that play. The Honey Badger forcing a loss of 2. But other than that play, yes, you're right. It has sucked in this game. You guys are kind of missing Vita Vea, but I think even with him, it wasn't going all that well, so I don't think it's that much different. 3rd and 4, look at Njoku. Inside the 20, I think Darius Leonard tried to get the interception, and it backfired. However, Jags can get a 3rd down this time. Both teams have been ridiculously good on 3rd down today. So if this game does go into overtime, whoever starts with the ball is going to win. If someone forces a turnover, they're going to win. Really, if one defensive play is made, that team's going to win the game. And it looks like neither defense is going to do that. First and goal at the 3, under 4 minutes to go. Hand off to the fullback. He is not quite in. Hood is a yard short. They're probably just going to give it back to Madison. Get him the hat trick. Yeah, he's in. That was close. 3 touchdowns for Alexander Madison, who also has like 150 rushing yards or something ridiculous. What if this game ends up in a tie? That really would not surprise me. That wouldn't. Both of these teams look like they're on ridiculously long win streaks, or at least offensively. Defensively, I can't really say the same. But, I mean, really, through the past 5-6 weeks, these have been far and away, I think, the 2 best teams in the league. So, not really a surprise that they have completely had a duel. You'd think we'd learn. Well, it's EA Sports, so they don't care. Colts have 3 minutes to drive down the field. And if I'm the Colts, I try to do it in about 3 minutes and not in 1 minute. Because if I was them, I would not want Jacksonville to have time with the football. Now, if you have a super long touchdown, you take the touchdown. But I think the Colts will be a lot more comfortable with 30 seconds left on the clock after they score than, 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Because it's not really a question if the Colts are going to score. It's more so... He looked like he was in there. It's more so a question of how much time is going to be left on the clock when they score. And now that I say that, yeah, there's probably going to be an incoming interception. I totally just jinxed it. I totally did. Or the Colts are just going to keep mossing them. It's literally like... He did one. Actually... I don't know. 1. He only got 1. Wow. That's a good challenge then. Assuming it's reversed, which it should. He definitely got 1 in. And the call is indeed reversed. That's the right call. Hey, it's only 3rd down. I haven't jinxed it yet. I haven't jinxed it yet. The Colts are just going to keep getting 3rd downs like it's nothing. Shout out to Malachi Arnold. He has played really well today. I'm impressed. You really thought you guys weren't going to convert there? The 3rd down percentages in this game are going to be ridiculous. Because there have been so many 3rd downs today. And, I mean, considering there's been so many points, there's been a metric ton of conversions. That should have been intercepted. Number 20 could have made a play there. You didn't think we would. Well, I guess that's not really a surprise coming from you. But everyone else probably thought. 2nd and 10. Saquon gets nothing, and it's 3rd and 9. Why would they go no huddle? That's kind of pointless. Play action fake. Eddie Small for the end zone. I don't think he's in. Nope. So they actually don't get that 3rd down. Malachi Arnold nearly had a nice play. Now they got to go for it. It's not necessarily game over if they don't get it. But with how Alexander Madison has been running today, they're in a lot of trouble if they don't. Eddie Small has time. And he connects! And that's going to be a face mask. So the Colts are going to get even closer. This game never ceases to amaze me. Isaiah Simmons is called for the flag. 10-2, sadly. Not quite yet. I mean, the Colts should just take a knee here. Take another knee, and then score with 5 seconds left. That's what they should do. That's not what they're going to do. They do tie it. T.J. Hawkinson with the score. They shouldn't have done that, though. You should have kneed the ball twice, even though that would have made it 3rd down. Which seems super risky and honestly kind of dumb. Do you trust Indianapolis' defense? Because I don't. Incoming game-winning drive from Joe Burrow. Yeah, that's what I would expect. Again, the question is, I think more so, how much time is going to be left on the clock after Jacksonville scores? Because I don't see Indianapolis getting a stop. The Jaguars, I think, have scored on every single possession today. And the Colts have scored on every single one except for one. So, if I was a betting man, I would guess that the Jaguars are going to get points. You don't trust? I don't trust them either. Minute 23 is a lot of time. And both teams have all 3 timeouts. The Jaguars nearly lost one with the challenge, but it worked. And there's a quick start. 20 yards for Jerry Jeudy. Jags don't have to rush yet. They have time. They're already fairly close to field goal range. Yeah, they're only like 10-ish yards away. Although they have to get closer for actual field goal range, and there they go. Now they're in field goal range at the 18. They're probably going to start to run the ball. That would be wise. With 43 seconds left, you have no reason not to. Colts should let them score. Kind of like what we did with Todd Gurley in real life, where Gurley fell in the end zone and we ended up winning the game. That's what the Colts should probably try to do. And Madden's dumb. They're not going to stop. They're going to try to score. Madison dives for a first down. Colts are in big trouble. The 10-game win streak is on the line. Jalen Mitten is now injured. Indy would have used that timeout anyway, but I think they would have preferred to not get one of their guys injured. Is he going to the locker room? Yes, he is. So that's 2 defensive linemen who have gotten hurt for the Colts. Are they going to throw a ball here? Okay, I thought they were for a second. Madison dives in. Jags take the lead with 28 seconds, and the Colts have no timeouts. He has 4 touchdowns today. Jesus Christ, he's been good. The best teams in Madden always have elite running backs, but Alexander Madison in OFL 21 has been quite good for the Jaguars, and today has completely shown that. Congrats on the win, RP. Well, the game isn't quite over. I think the Colts are in a lot of trouble, but if there's any team who's going to complete a deep ball based on what we've seen today, it's going to be the Indianapolis Colts. With how crazy this game is, I wouldn't be surprised if EA, has something up their sleeve. EA does not like RNP, so you never know. Now they're down to 24 seconds, and a field goal does nothing. The Colts need 74 yards in 24 seconds with 0 timeouts. That's a pretty tall task. And that's not a good start to the drive, because why are they throwing 10-yard passes up the middle? Indy's going to have time for one more play. It's going to be like a stupid check down, isn't it? Yep. A 7-yard pass to end the game, and the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to stay hot. They win their 6th in a row, and the Indianapolis Colts lose for the first time since week 1. The 10-game win streak is over. Yeah, Madden 21 does not like you. I wouldn't say EA in general, but Madden 21 does not. Both quarterbacks were fantastic. Nice completion percentage for Eddie. Very nice. But both of them were phenomenal. Alexander Madison was unbelievable today. Saquon Barkley was solid too. How many 100-yard receivers? 3. Godwin, Njoku, and Malachi Arnold. I think there were 2 drives today where points were not scored, and one of them was the final drive of the game because time expired. I got to see the third down percentages. The Colts were 10 for 12. The Jags were only 3 for 4. But yeah, Indy was 10 for 12. That's wild. And what's even more wild is the team who went 10 for 12 lost the game. But it's sim time. Big week of games here. We're going to get a lot of questions answered. What happened to Jalen Mitten? Torn labrum. He's out 5 weeks. I'm pretty sure that's like the rest of a regular season. What about Vita Vea? Abdominal tear. He's out for the rest of the regular season and the first round of the playoffs. So the Colts are without 2 starting defensive linemen for the rest of the regular season. If Indy gets the 1 seed, though, they'll be back in time for the first playoff game. So I didn't forget anything, did I? I don't think so. I didn't really have to make any roster adjustments because no one really made any changes. So I made IT the Lions starting quarterback, right? I just want to double check that, and then we can send. But I'm pretty sure I did. Okay, cool. FEA, all the homies hate EA. Since the Colts lost, does that mean the Titans are going to win and they end their like ridiculously long losing streak? No, they still lost. The Texans won. Okay. There you go, Houston. Ooh, Caps Cougars. We're starting with one of the big games of a week, and the Caps win. Wow, 24-27 in overtime. So it looks like this game ended up being really good too. So we really could not have gone wrong either way. DR3 was better than Carson Wentz, however. I believe both teams are 8-4 now. So the Caps are going to stay the 2 seed. Chicago might stay the 2 seed depending on what happens with us. So that means the Cougars are probably still going to be the 2 seed because we can't win a football game to save our lives. And we're playing the Chiefs, so if we don't win, Cobra's going to have a field day with me. TJ Watt, 2 sacks. He was quite good. Dallas loses again. The Eagles get back on track. The Eagles need to win some games if they want to make the playoffs. They're not that far back. Austin Buckley was not very good. That's a surprise. This is one of his worst games of the year. It seems like Buckley's playing better in the losses than he is in the wins. So I guess the key for the Eagles is to have Austin Buckley suck, and they'll win games. Oh dear, if we lose to the Chiefs. How? Why is this team so bad? I don't get it. 24-17. Scuda and Phil were both pretty below average. Scuda's thrown a ton of it. He's thrown like 8 picks in the last like 3 weeks. I think Kansas City is now 7-5 too. If there's one, well, I guess Tack was honestly kind of better than Juju. Jeez, this couldn't have gone worse. We lose to the Chiefs, and Juju gets outplayed by Tack. This is like the big lose-a-lose. And now the Chiefs have the head-to-head tiebreaker over us, because they've beaten us twice. The Dolphins, they have won 4 in a row. They beat New England 20-10. Riley Painter with another good game, continuing his strong season. Kenneth Hawthorne got sacked 5 times. Painter got sacked 4 times. It looks like nobody ran the ball well. So what are the Dolphins now? 7-5, I think? They're probably going to stay the 4 seed. They could possibly pass us, though. Joe Burrow with 3 sacks. Chris Jones with 2. Walt Bradshaw, the X Factor, also had 2. The Niners, they beat Portland. The Snowhawks have completely fallen off the face of the earth. I imagine Arizona's going to clinch the division this week, I would think. Patrick Mahomes was really good despite losing, though. Join my created player league or else what? Oh, wow, Vernon Carter, 2 touchdowns. And then a big game for Joe Johnson, who's been pretty good this year. Melvin Burney with 2 sacks. I'll make you lose again. Do you have control of what EA does? Okay, the Cardinals do beat the Jets. If the Jets won this game, then my mind would be completely blown. So I think Arizona's probably clinched the division at this point. Alexei Smirnov with 4 more touchdowns. I think he is probably the MVP favorite as of now. So he's still going to find a way to get second, isn't he? Again. That'd be pretty sad. Ooh, Zach Campanaro with 2 touchdowns. N'Keal Harry, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns. Why is N'Keal Harry so good this year? Big game for DeMarcus Lawrence. He had 1.5 sacks. The Lions, in IT's debut, they get killed by Memphis. Ooh, okay. And IT was not very good. 168 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. He definitely got outplayed by Josh Allen. Is IT a locker room cancer? That's a legitimate question. That's a very fair question to have. 2 sacks for Keenan Ankel and Khalil Mack. Mack is probably the defensive player of your favorite. Wow, Walsey Snowman had a 1.5 sacks and an interception. Ooh, high-scoring game in Toronto between the rookie quarterbacks, but the Thunderbirds, they keep rolling. They beat the Packers 34-37. Both QBs were pretty good. Norris Doris and KD Katz with pretty similar stat lines. Glad you didn't get him now. Yeah, I mean, Carson isn't all that spectacular, but Aaron Jones had a big game. Jacobs did too. So the Packers are 5-7. They've lost 4 in a row. Their playoff chances are in major jeopardy. And now I think Toronto is only 1 game back, because I think the Lions and Steamers are both 7-5. So the NFC North continues to get weirder. The Rams upset Carolina. The Panthers have now lost 2 in a row. Rams would probably need a miracle to get back in the playoff race, but wow, Keith was really bad. Why has Keith been so bad as of recent? He started the year off really well, and the past like 6 or 7 weeks, he has not been good. Lions are 7-5. This is a problem. I imagine you guys are still projected to make the playoffs. As the did the Lions already play the Steamers this year? They did, and they won. Okay, so their tiebreakers tied. The Raiders, they lost to Houston. That's pretty embarrassing if you're the Raiders. 13-28. Did Dak get hurt again? And Jalen Hurts came in and dominated. First, might I add. But it looks like Dak got injured again. Marvin Jones with that nice passer rating, by the way, of 69. But is Dak getting hurt what this team needed? Because ever since Dak has come back from his injury, the team has completely fallen off the face of the earth. If you win, yeah, if you guys win, you still clinch the division, I think. Yeah, all you guys need to do is win 1 more game. Anthony Jennings with 2 sacks. Okay, that's an odd one. Who is next? The Ravens are next. They lose a high-scoring game against the Steelers. Baltimore put up 20 in the 4th. Andy Morrison with an outstanding performance. Kyler Murray was pretty good too. Nick Chubb with 2 scores. Terry McLaurin, 10 catches for 158. Gee whiz. There have been a lot of high-scoring games this week. The Saints, we have not seen them yet. They lose to the Bulldogs. Big win for London. 28-24. Garoppolo and Watson were both pretty good. The Sentinels, they have won 2 in a row. They upset the Bucks. This has been a really weird week. I'm excited to see the playoff picture because I think there's going to be a lot of changes. Whoa, Tua! Hello. 3 touchdowns for Tua Tagovailoa, outplaying Jordan Love. The NFC South is also a very weird division. Pretty much every division in the NFC except for the West has been really weird this year, and that's fun. There's been a lot of weird divisions. Pretty much every division in the entire league except the NFC West has been weird. Snowhawks lost, Steamers won, Steelers won, Texans lost, Toronto won, the Titans lost to somebody. They only lost by 1! Okay, Tennessee keeping it competitive. Gardner Minshew and Lamar Jackson were both pretty blah. Lamar got sacked 5 times. Yeah, it doesn't look like these two teams were all that good today, which isn't really a surprise because they're probably the 2 least interesting teams in the entire league. But hey, it was a close game. I don't think we've seen the Bills yet. The Chargers keep winning games. I think the Chargers are 500. Is IT in the locker room cancer? Now Russ got hurt. Wait, no, Vincenzo got hurt. Vincenzo was the starter, and then he got hurt. And then Russ went 6 for 9. Nice. So we've had Dak and Vincenzo Pagiotti go down today. This has been a really weird week. I know I've said that a lot, but this has been a really weird week. Two sacks for Daniel Poe. Is that everybody? I think that's everyone. Yeah, it is. Sign the best right end. You're also going to have to cut someone. Unless you have less than 53. Oh, okay. Looks like the best right end is Marcus Davenport. Oh, you guys don't have any money. I think you guys have like 3 mil. Time to look at the standings in the AFC North. The Cougars and Bengals 2. In the South, the Colts can still clinch the division very soon, but they can't clinch it in week 13 because they lost to the Jags. AFC East, the Dolphins now have sole possession of first place. They've won 4 in a row. The AFC West, we are still in first place, even though we've lost 4 in a row. The Raiders, Chargers, and Chiefs are all 1 game back, so the AFC West is proven to be a dogfight. And the Steamers have 8 wins? I thought they only had 7. Okay, so Memphis is in sole possession of first place. I must have got their record wrong. Lions are in second at 7-5. Toronto third. Green Bay fourth. And then in the South, Carolina and Tampa Bay are tied for first. Saints and Senators right there. In the East, the Caps are 1 game ahead of London, 2 ahead of the Eagles. Then in the West, the Cardinals can clinch with a win or a Portland loss. Sign the best one I can afford. So you guys have 3.03. So pretty much $3 million. So it's probably not going to be someone who's good. Yeah, no. Dietrich Wise, there you go. All right, let's take a look at the players of the week. No, we don't have a playoff picture yet. We're doing that after. Players of the week are Tua Tagovailoa, Alexander Mattison, Julian Love, and Joey Bosa. Okay. Siri, give me a whole number between 1 and 2. Siri's picked 2. I forget who's home. But here is the updated playoff picture. Both 1 seeds remain the same. The Steamers have moved up to 2. That's odd. The Caps won. How did they move down? I don't get that. Oh well. The Dolphins have leapfrogged past us. The Texans are now back in the race as well. F Madison. All the homies hate Madison. Alright, I want to say... I actually have no idea who's home. I'm just going to check. Who is home according to the poll? The Cardinals are. So if Noob is here, he can pick his jerseys, or we can just, by default, go with the All Blacks because they're the coolest jersey combo Arizona has. Go. I guess for the purpose of having the best record in the league, I guess you guys can root for the Lions, but the Colts don't really have a horse here. Yeah, I guess Noob isn't here. I feel like we have to go with the All Blacks for the culture because they have the best jerseys they have. The Lions have no X Factors. Oh, yeah, because Russ was here only one, and now he's gone. Lions do have a lot of superstars, though, including Isaiah Thomas and his first watched game as a Detroit Lion. Did you guys win? No, you guys got killed, and IT did not play very well. So the Lions are now one game behind Memphis in the division. I believe you guys are currently the 6th seed right now. Noob is here. Okay, cool. Bobby Okereke only has 21 tackles. That's oddly low. The former Diablo. Big game here for both sides. The Lions coming off a loss would love to get back on the win column. Arizona, meanwhile, with a win, clinches their division. They would be the first team in the league to not only clinch their division, but also be the first team to clinch a playoff spot entirely. Looks like the Lions will start on offense, so we will get to see Isaiah Thomas leading the charge first. It's been a roller coaster season for IT. Started on the Chargers. The team didn't do very well. Then he got hurt. Then he got traded. Then the Chargers started winning games. Then the Lions started winning games with his backup. And now here he is, trying to win some games on his own. And that's not a great start. On the first play of the game, he is intercepted by David Long. Okay, well, that's one way to start. 6 seconds into the game, IT throws an interception. So here is the Cardinals offense, led by the MVP frontrunner, Alexei Smirnov. That's no Eddie Small. No, Eddie Small would not have made that throw. I'm pretty sure I ranked IT like one spot ahead of Eddie Small in my rankings I made today. Did I? I think I put them both in very good. I was surprised with how high I put IT. I think he was like 6th or 7th. Yeah, IT was one spot ahead of Eddie Small. He said, that's the IT I know. I mean, let's not act like IT's bad, okay? He's quite good. But 1 touchdown to 3 interceptions so far in a Lions jersey. Oh, that's not a first down. I thought he got it. Should have switched to Haskins. I mean, if IT struggles again, you can always make the change going into next week. Imagine after all of this, Dwayne Haskins ends up being the Lions franchise quarterback. And the only reason why the Lions got Haskins in the first place was because IT was injured. So that'd be quite funny if Haskins ends up being better for them. I'm an ad in the stream. I'm a rebel. And you're going to lose your mod. Wink, wink, JK. Or maybe I'm not JK. I don't know. IT wanted you to trade for Haskins. Well, I guess that's smart. I mean, if I was IT, I probably would have wanted that to happen too. So the team could stay afloat and not have like some 60 overall scrub. Better coach than player, I guess. 2nd and 1. Good run for Alvin. I think this is the first time we've watched Kamara all year. Unless he got hurt in a watched game, which I don't remember if he did or not. I don't know if that was a watched game or a sim. Looks like Kamara is in, and he is. The Cardinals with a quick touchdown. The last time we watched Detroit, they were up 28-0 at halftime. So it would be a little bit funny. Although I want a good game. But it would be a tiny bit funny if they were getting blown out here. Just because of the irony. Although I would prefer to see a good game. And I'd certainly like to see a team like Detroit stay competitive with Arizona, who's arguably the best team in the league. Team is giving up on you already. Well, I wouldn't say that. I mean, you've played one in like a quarter, not even 1 1/4 games yet. Win this game and prove you wrong. Well, this would be a statement win, for sure. If IT can win this game, then I think he cements the starting job for the rest of the year. Easily. Okay, I don't know about easily, but he probably does. 2nd and 12 under a lot of pressure, and Isaiah Thomas is sacked by DeMarcus Lawrence for a loss of 11. Third and 23 in typical Madden fashion. They're going to rock with a halfback slip screen because this is EA Sports. So not a great start for Detroit, but we're only 6 minutes in. There's still plenty of time. We don't have a tab for changing abilities. I've thought about doing that, but I mean, we haven't yet, so I kind of figured I would just wait until 22. So for now, I guess probably not for changing abilities. Here's a beautiful look at the playoff picture, by the way. Of course, there's 7 playoff teams, not 6, but Madden is lazy and they do not care. At least you have the best punter in the league. It's kind of like the real Lions, finding ways to struggle, but at least you have a good punter. Shout out to the GOAT, Jack Fox. I don't think Jack Fox is the punter here for the Lions, but whoever it is, he'd do be pretty good. How did Devontae Adams catch that? And how did Devontae Adams get inside the 20? Tress Way is not better than Jack Fox. Nobody is better than Jack Fox.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Jack Fox is literally the best player on the Lions. Which is kind of sad because he's a punter, but he's also really good, so it's not sad. Tress Way is the best punter of all time. Changed my mind. He can be second. He can be second. But he's not better than Jack Fox. Although Tress Way is pretty good. I'll give you that. What about the... Okay, Tress Way is third. Behind Jack Fox and Pat McAfee. There you go. We cannot disrespect our king, Pat McAfee. Nice touchdown. Is that Campanaro? He had 2 last week. Gets another one this week. So the rookie tight end really coming into his own, and the Arizona Cardinals are on fire to start this game. It looks like Arizona wants to clinch their division early this season and not have to worry about it late in the year. This is literally exactly what happened in the last Lions watch game, but the other way around. This is literally exactly how it happened, for the most part. Defense is not looking good. Yeah, neither is the offense. I don't think the offense is a single first down yet. I think the offense is negative. Yeah, negative 10 yards. At least the Packers in that watch game had positive yards going into the half. They had like 20, but that's still positive. Okay, progress. A 2-yard gain for Mark Blaylock. All we need there is progress. 2-yard gains won't really amount to much, but progress, baby steps. Final play of the quarter. Okay, even more progress, a first down. There you go, gain of 9. As that'll do it for quarter number 1. The Lions are struggling at the moment. Arizona leading 14-0. The Cardinals look like an OFL Bowl contender right now. Not only that, but they look like maybe the best team in the league right now. Because last week, Indianapolis did not look like the best team in the league. Their offense did, but the defense, no. Just no. The Cardinals defense, though, who has struggled a lot in watch games this year, has been on fire. Although, hey, the Lions are, you know, making progress. They have it almost at the 50 now. We are seeing the IT effect where if a team sucks with them. I mean, I don't know if it's a coincidence that the Chargers and Lions did better when he was not playing. I think it is a coincidence because IT is a really good player, but that is kind of odd. That is a little bit strange. So, and the Chiefs did better once he left, but that's more so because Scooter Young is also an awesome player. 2nd and 9, incomplete. Yeah, you definitely can't give up on him yet. We know IT can be really good, but he just has not been really good today at all. There's a sack for Von Miller. And Arizona's defense with multiple sacks and an interception here to start this game. Oh, the Lions with a sack. It's Chris Silver. That's like the first good play for the Lions all day. Hey, they have 6 yards, though. That's progress. Or no, that was 6 passing yards. That's still not very good, but... Smirnov is 8 for 8. He has been launching dimes today. 3rd and 8. Smirnov with a deep pass downfield. Ooh, nice hit. That was a good throw. Maybe a little bit too much on that one. A little bit too much mustard. Oh, the Lions have -7 passing yards. Oh, I thought that said they had 6. Oh, dear Lord. So the Lions defense finally gets a stop. If their offense can score here, they can get back in the game. Again, we've seen a lot of first quarter leads get blown this year. So the Lions aren't out of it yet, but they are in a little bit of trouble. Especially with how the offense is played. IT deep ball, that was dangerous. I like that he's being aggressive, but that was really good coverage. And that wasn't all that good of a throw anyway. Watch this, we about to score. Well, if the Lions do score here, I think they will get back in the game and make it competitive. But the problem is, IT can't be launching it into double coverage. Because that's what he just did there, and it did not work. Brugskis indeed. What is up, Cobra? Welcome in. Oh, what a punt! This punter is really good. Holy cow, down to the 4. Ooh, what a punt. You've been at your little cousin's birthday party since 3 and I'm still... Well, I've only been streaming for like an hour. Actually, I guess it's more like an hour and a half. But yeah, OFL streams are like 2 hours. If it makes you feel any better, you guys beat us last week. So, yeah. Woohoo. Best partner in the league, what do you say? I have to say, who is the punter? Let me check the roster video. No, that's the wrong one. Here it is. Who is the Lions punter? I have to know, because I have no clue. It's Matt Weil. I think that's a real person because he had a real picture, but I've never heard of that dude in my life. Who does he play for? I have no clue who that is. Matt Weil is a free agent. Okay. That's probably why I don't know. Yeah, it looks like he's... Oh, he was on our team for a year. Huh. The team he was on the longest was the Lions. I guess he never started because we had Sam Martin at punter for all those years, and then last year, once he left, it was Jack Fox. He says Weil, I think. Just post Westlake over. I will once I figure out how my new capture card works that I bought like 3 days ago. Because so far I do not know how it works at all. Hey, another stop for the Lions. Crazy how I can make 50 Jags prospects but only 3 MLB prospects. You know, I probably should have made a limit for the Jags ones, but yeah, as I've said, there's no way I'm making 50. Oh my goodness! That wasn't just down at the 1. That was down right in front of the pylon. What a perfect punt. That looked like it almost pretty much hit the pylon and then bounced back in. So the Lions aren't just starting at the 1. They are literally starting on the goal line. This is literally an 100-yard drive. Okay, all they can ask for is positive yardage. Second and 5. IT is sacked in the end zone for a safety, I believe, by Von Miller, who was in the zone. And the Arizona Cardinals make it 16-0. It is technically still a 2-score game. But, yeah, what a perfect punt, I believe, by Jamie Gillian, I think is the Cardinals punter. It's been a rough game for IT. It's been a rough 2 games, actually. I don't think the Lions need to hit the panic button with him yet, but he has not looked all that good. The Lions have been outscored, I guess, 46-10 since he became the starter because they lost 30-10 last week. Yeah, I will admit, the Lions' offensive line has not been good today. To be fair, you're right. You tell me this is the guy who you chose over Scuda? Glad you stuck with Scugoat. Scugoat! Nice throw by Mr. Smirnoff, by the way. If the Cardinals score a field goal, we will start, or a touchdown. We will start the second half semming because it would be a 3-score game. Who starts the ball? I'm pretty sure the Cardinals do because IT on the first play of the game threw the interception. Can't throw it if you have 2 seconds to throw. That is true. That is definitely true. Smirnoff has gotten hit a few times today. His offensive line hasn't been all that good either. But he is also 12 for 15 and has still been dotting the rest of the defense up. The Joey Shoddy City Scooters. What a name. 3rd and 10. Most teams would run it. Actually, no, they wouldn't because they're past the 50. Smirnoff with a strike for a wide-open John Ross into the 23. The Cardinals still have 1 timeout. And now there's 10 seconds left. And they still have that timeout. Imagine if they don't run a play in time. Wow, they might actually not. EA clock management at its finest, folks. The Cardinals had an easy avenue to score, but they took 20 seconds getting back to the line of scrimmage, and they took 5 seconds getting players in motion. Now, they're still winning 16-0. The Lions' offense has been dreadful. -9 passing yards. The Lions have 0.6 yards per play. Jesus Christ, that's bad. They have 9 yards of offense today. They have 9 yards. You bet Trey Flowers clamped your fraudulent OFL MVP, Corvette Boy. Yes. All you guys needed was a stop, and it's a 2-possession game. Now, if the Lions started with the ball, things would be a lot different. Why is EA taking so long? If the Lions started with the ball, this would be a lot different. But I think the Lions have to feel a little bit good about that stop. They cannot feel good about the first half because they've gotten, killed. But what did you say? I never said it wasn't good. I said it was... It's inconsistent, which I still think is somewhat fair because they've had their bad moments in watch games, and they've had their good moments. And this is clearly one of those good moments. So if I said it was bad, I probably overreacted, but I would still say it's inconsistent and watched. In sim, I would say it's quite good. Second and 2, nice move by Kawara. He does not get the first, though, but that was, opportunity for disaster. And now it's 3rd and 1. If the Lions get a stop... No, he got it. That was close. That was a little bit too close. But it still worked out. See you, Jax. Thanks for popping in. Back to Kamara. Nothing there. Third and 9. Too easy. That was a late flag. I think that's going to be on Detroit. It's going to be like a... Oh, no, it's a holding. Okay. So now it's 3rd and 19. Costly play from Connor Williams. That's a big deal. And they don't get it. Wow. So the Lions are not out of this game. They're not. They're only down by 2 possessions. Put in my boy D-Fraud Trashkins. What a name. Well, you can't change depth charts mid-game, and we're literally usering the Cardinals anyway, so the Lions couldn't even if they wanted to. EA is trying their hardest. Why do you want me to lose so bad? Well, he wants his team to win. He's literally the Lions. That's why he wants you guys to lose. It's nothing against you. It's that he's literally the Lions. That's not the main... That's the other apple, Nick. There's 2 apples. This is the other one. Who coaches the Lions? That's probably why you're confused. Yeah, normal Apple probably wouldn't be pulling for the Lions like this because he has no reason to. But there's 2 of them. Second and 10. IT is throttled down. Von Miller has 3 sacks. Has David Bakhtiari been his match? That's pretty unbelievable because Bakhtiari's, quite good. The Lions now have 5 passing yards. Wow, they have, 14 in the second half now? 3rd and 16. IT just kind of heaves one up. And I don't know how that was not an interception. The defender had that ball in his hands like 3 separate times. So even though Arizona's offense is significantly slowed down, it has not mattered because their defense has still been unbelievably good today.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
So the Cardinals can still make it a 3-score game here. They've had opportunities. They just haven't taken advantage of any. Isaiah Thomas, future AAF fraudulent Mickey Mouse MVP. You realize those AAF guys were kind of good, though. I'm half kidding. Basically, the Titans with current... Yeah, I mean, those older Titans teams with, like, Zach Mettenberger at quarterback, those are the good old days. Zach Mettenberger, what a guy. That looks like a first down, yeah. The AAF was pretty much NFL rejects. Yeah, pretty much. So you throw an IT in that conversation? Based on the way he's played today, that's disrespectful to the AAF guys. Still need a legit development league. I mean, do we need one? I mean, the NFL rosters are so big. There aren't many players who, you know, are old enough to be in the NFL who aren't and good enough. I mean, there probably are some, but it's not a big number. 3rd and 7. I don't think they're in field goal range. I don't think they're in field goal range. This will be a 55-yard kick. I don't think they're making it. Oh, they're going to punt it. Ooh. There you go. That's probably the right call. There's no reason to kick a field goal. You might as well just try to pin them deep. And so they do. Almost a one-a punt. It's been a good performance for both punters today. XFL better than no fun league, and OFL was better than both. I'm sorry, I had to. Hey, there's a good run. That's like the longest gain of the day for the Lions all game. This is the same team who we saw murdering the Green Bay Packers literally on Wednesday. Not done a lot on offense. They scored 2 points since the first quarter. So their offense has not scored since the first quarter. But the Lions offense hasn't done anything either. The Cardinals defense has more points than the Lions offense today. And it's not even like the Cardinals defense has like some fluke touchdown. NBA is the Summer League and the G League. Well, the G League is, you know, good because NBA teams can only hold 15 players. So that's why having like a G League makes sense, because there are a lot of talented players not on NBA rosters, whereas NFL teams are so big. Okay, look at this. Down to the 26, and David Bakhtiari is hurt. But one time the Lions do something good, boom, your 90-something overall left tackle is injured. Fairness, holding, and EA clock management have skewed that. That's true. Although holding penalties are part of the game, so I'm not really going to blame EA there, but the clock management, yeah, you're right. The clock management was all EA's fault, so you should have scored. Could do a tourney with every team's practice squad because they're not getting playing time anymore. Well, I mean, practice, kind of. I mean, that's not like actual games, but it's not like you're sitting on the couch all day. They only sit on the couch for 90% of the day. But that kind of would be fun, but practice squads only have 10 people. So I guess it would be like backyard football, where it's like 7-on-7 and everybody plays both sides of the ball. That would be kind of fun. Second and 4, Mark Blaylock to the house. Wiggins is hurt. If the Lions make it a one-score game here, that'd be pretty wild. If Detroit gets a 2-point conversion, I mean, if they don't get it, they're not out of the game. It's tipped and nearly intercepted. So it remains a 2-possession game, which is a big deal for Arizona, and I guess Detroit, but I mean, it's good for Arizona and not good for Detroit. EA wants you to lose so bad. Well, if EA wanted you to lose, IT would play like IT. IT is not played like IT. IT is played like a lot worse. He's played like good old what's his face, Ben DiNucci. Kind of wild that he started an NFL game at quarterback last year. That's really wild. Backyard sports games were goated. That's facts. I remember the first football game I ever played. It was like backyard football on the Wii. And I remember my first game, I was the Lions, and we won like 134-0. Because that's how it was back in the day. But yeah, I think I played that before any Madden game. I think. Goat Martinez was a Mickey Mouse goat, sadly. That's a lie. We do not disrespect Pablo Sanchez. I think it was Pablo Sanchez, not Pablo Martinez. So no, Pablo Martinez might be a Mickey Mouse fraudulent goat, but Pablo Sanchez isn't. Ooh, 3rd and 4. Are the Lions going to get another stop? They don't, because they choose the bold strategy of not covering Davante Adams. I think the Lions secondary isn't all that good, but I mean, you should at least try. I mean, Davante Adams was the OFL Offensive Player of the Year last year. Should probably cover him. That sounded, I mean, I wouldn't say that sounds racist. I mean, it's a simple mistake, so no. I mean, there wasn't any bad intent, so I wouldn't say it sounded racist. Under 3 minutes to go now. The Lions really could have made a comeback. I don't think they're going to have enough time, though. But you got to give Detroit a little bit of credit because their defense has not allowed points since the first quarter. Now, yes, EA clock management did help that, but it is a fact that the Lions defense has not allowed points since the first quarter. Well, at least not yet. I mean, if Alvin Kamara is just going to truck his way through everybody, that might change. You want to see Nick lose? Well, it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Barring some, like, Alvin Kamara fumble. Or, I guess, a pick six, but I don't expect them to really throw the ball. And if they do, I mean, it's Alexei Smirnov. He's probably not going to throw an interception. Yeah, Kamara is just too good. If the Cardinals score a touchdown, I guess we will sim, because it will be a 3-score game, and with 2 minutes to go, I don't think the Lions are going to come back. Both Smirnov and Kamara are in the zone as well. He says, all right, you can just score. Just let them in. Lay out the red carpet and end it. Diablos won a Mickey Mouse ring, lost to LaFraudio. Corvette Boy I don't think Corvette Boy got clamped by Kyle Duggar because Kyle Duggar plays safety. So I think you're wrong, Chief. Is he in the top for picks? I think he actually is. I'm probably wrong, but I could have sworn Kyle Duggar actually had a good number. 3rd and goal. Kamara does get the red carpet laid out for him, and that's going to pretty much end the ball game. A strong performance for both Smirnov and Kamara today. And the Arizona Cardinals, the Cardinals have this game won. The Arizona Cardinals are going to clinch the NFC West, I think, for the 3rd straight year. And they are the first team of 14 to punch their tickets into the playoffs. The Lions have now lost 2 in a row. They fall to 7-6. Detroit probably is still projected to make the playoffs after this week, but they gave themselves a lot less margin for error, and IT's had 2 pretty bad performances in his first 2 starts as a Lion. Detroit did play better in the second half, but just was not enough. IT was not at his best at all. He did play better as the game went on, but he wasn't great. Smirnov did not have to do a whole lot, but he was efficient. Kamara was quite good. Campanaro had a good game. Davante Adams was pretty good. N'Keal Harry didn't do a whole lot. The Lions allowed a lot of sacks. 3 for Von Miller, 3 for... He got sacked 7 times. I knew it was a lot. I didn't realize it was that much. Jeez. I guess they probably allowed some more in Sim, probably. That probably makes sense. Who can beat this squad? Well, probably no one. Are the Cardinals on a 10-game... I think it's a 9-game win streak. So they have a chance to pass Indy's 10-game win streak from earlier in the year. Nefrod Harry is better than your receivers. He's not better than Corvette Boy, but he's better than your receivers. Oh, you guys have 10 in a row now? Yeah, oh, okay. I thought you guys, for whatever reason, had only 10 wins. But yeah, you're right, 10 in a row. And their point differential is, well, to be fair, they have played an extra game, but it is severely better than Indy's. Which is worth noting. All right, sim time. Joey Fox better than fraudulent Nikhil. I don't think so, Chief. Looks like the Niners won, the Rams won, and the Snowhawks lost. The Chargers lose to the Cougars, so Chicago gets back on the win column. Who played at quarterback? Vincenzo did. Okay, so clearly his injury from last week was not a big deal. He was actually better than DR3. But the Cougars still win. Chicago is very close to clinching the playoffs and another division title. 4 career touchdowns is fraudulent. N'Keal Harry has 4 touchdowns in the past like 3 weeks though here. So this ain't real life N'Keal Harry we're talking about. The Kansas City Chiefs go 2-0 today with 2 big wins against the 2 reigning champs. Okay. In overtime, it looks like Scooter got hurt, and Jared Goff came in and dominated. Huh. Okay. That's interesting. Jordan Love was okay. So we've had Vincenzo go down this week, even though he was fine. We had Dak Prescott go down, and now, even bigger than both of those, Scooter Young Jr. is hurt. 1.5 sacks for Forrester, Chason, and Roosevelt Cross. 1 for Oliver and Vincent. The Colts lose again. Wow. Okay, Buffalo. The Colts fall to 10-3. So Indy goes 0-2 today after their 10-game win streak. Now the Colts still should make the playoffs. Wow, Chris Godwin was really good again. But not a great game, not a great day for Indianapolis. Not a great day at all. Billy Costigan had an interception though. Steelers, I wouldn't say Steelers 2.0. I think they're better than the real life Steelers because they actually have a quarterback who can throw, unlike the real Steelers. Oh wow, the Red Hot Steamers lose to Dallas. So after a very weird Week 13, Week 14 has been so far like equally as weird. Tajik was the leading rusher. Jalen Reagor and Chase Claypool both were good. Colts with a Mickey Mouse win streak. Okay. I don't remember who the Diablos play, but if we lose again, I swear. Good Lord, this team sucks. We lost to the Steelers. That is 5 straight losses for the Mexico City Diablos, who might not even make the playoffs. The Chiefs have now passed us for first place because they had the head-to-head tiebreaker. We might just make a wild card fact solely off the fact that the AFC sucks. But this team does not deserve to make the playoffs. Corvette Boy was not good today. Very rare bad game for him. Hey, Jelani Salami was like the only guy who showed up. We do not slander Eddie Small. He is not worse than Jared Goff. The Dolphins lose to Baltimore. That's odd. Okay, the Ravens outscored them 20-0 in the second half. Andy Morrison, again, was really good. He was better than Riley Painter. Joey Fox is not better than Corvette Point. No. No. Otis Adams with 2 touchdowns. So the Dolphins and Bills are tied again because the Bills beat Indy. The Eagles get shut out by Cincinnati. 91 yards of offense. This is the old Eagles that we all know and love. Austin Buckley, 64 yards on 8 completions. So, although Austin Buckley has really had an impressive season, I think these past 2 weeks have pretty much killed his chances for MVP because he's been really bad 2 weeks in a row. Sid Kroon was the leading rusher. Marlon Davidson had 3 sacks on 12 tackles. That's a lot. Very rare roomie. Is your win streak more impressive than the Colts? It's more impressive if you get 11. Since you both have 10, I would say they're about equal. The Niners lost to Toronto, so the Thunderbirds have won 4 in a row. Wow. Well, that's something. Norris Doris was, he was better than Herbert. Although that doesn't say a whole lot. Justin Herbert's not very good. Scooter missed 2 games, and now he's your MVP. Well, he's still your MVP. I don't know about league MVP. You were missing... That's true. You were missing Kamara for most of that win streak. That is definitely fair. The Jaguars keep winning. That is now 7 in a row for Jacksonville. In overtime, they barely squeak by the Packers. And Green Bay has now lost like 5 games in a row. There are so many long streaks. The Cardinals have won 10 in a row. The Jags have won 7 in a row. Toronto's won like 4 in a row. Green Bay is ice cold. The Diablos are ice cold. Joe Burrow, nice completion percentage. Is Jacksonville an OFL Bowl contender after starting, what, 1-5? I think the answer is probably yes. I wouldn't say you're eliminated again, but with 8 losses, yeah, your chances are very low. But I don't think you're mathematically eliminated. Wow, the Jets win. New York is killing their tank. There's no realistic way the Jets get in the playoffs, so these late season wins are just hurting the tank. Matt Ryan is trying to end off his career strong, I guess. Nick, that's a little fruity. That's perfectly fine. I think he meant to say missing. Or maybe he was kissing Alvin Kamara. I don't know. I don't want to assume. Eight losses, you're clean. Yeah, Green Bay... In a deep NFC, the Packers probably need to win out, and they need a lot of things to go their way. The Carolina Panthers get back on the win column. They beat the Bulldogs 29-19. That is an odd score. That might be a scoregami. Okay, I'm actually trying to figure that out. Is 29-19 an NFL scoregami? I hope it is. We need a scoregami. The scoregami website is offline for maintenance. For maintenance. I cannot speak. Okay, is 29-19 a scoregami? Let's just outright ask Google. Uh, 29-19 has happened. Unfortunate. Okay. So not a scoregami. That's sad. Deshaun Watson was sacked 4 times. You don't know what you should do at this point? Well, I guess tank the season and go all in next year. Wow, J.K. Dobbins was really good. Better pray the... Or that. You could also randomly pray that the NFC randomly becomes balls. New England lost. The Raiders got pummeled by the Sentinels 47-10. So, wait, hold on. The Raiders got killed by Daniel Romer III in Week 1. And in Week 14, they get killed by the team coached by Daniel Romer Jr. The irony. Orlando had 37 points in the first half. Good Lord. Tua Tagovailoa with 4 touchdowns. Marvin Jones with 0 and 2 interceptions. So the Raiders are in trouble. I think they're probably only 1 game back of a wild card, if I were to guess. At 6-7, I think. But not a particularly great day for Vegas. Tank the season, draft Bo Nix. Yes. Oh, wow, they beat the Caps. A big upset win for the Rams and a big game for Keith Priolio, who has really struggled in recent weeks, but he picked up his play today. Carson Wentz, meanwhile, was not good. He was not good. Malcolm Tremblay was good, though. I think the Caps are still in first place, though, because the Eagles lost and the Bulldogs lost. So I think they are still in first place. What's your record? I think you guys are 6-7. Ravens won. Saints beat the Snowhawks 35-24. Patrick Mahomes and Jimmy Garoppolo were both pretty good. Kerryon Johnson scored twice. New Orleans probably is going to find a way to make it, which doesn't surprise me. They're a good team. They're a good team. Sentinels obviously won. Snowhawks lost. Steamers lost. Steelers won. Texans. They lose to the Titans. So Tennessee gets their first win since like week 2. How about that? Gardner Minshew. Oh, Dak is fine. Okay. So I guess Dak's injury was not a big deal from last week. The Titans ran the ball well. Picasso Grubbs had like his first good game ever. Kyle Juszczyk had 2 touchdowns. A fullback. Tennessee is still probably projected to get the #1 pick, I think. So I don't think this win for them really hurts them that much. Is that everybody? The Bengals won. The Bills won. Bucks lost. Bulldogs lost, right? Yeah, to Carolina. Caps lost, and that brings us to Cardinals. Okay. It's been a very odd 2 weeks. Today's been quite the stream. Has anybody else other than the Cardinals clinched? Nope. Nobody else has clinched even a playoff spot. In the AFC North, everybody won. So the Cougars are still only 2 ahead of the Bengals. In the AFC South, the Colts are now only 2 games ahead of the Jaguars. Can the Jaguars win this division somehow? That would be very remarkable. In the East, the Dolphins and Bills are tied for first. In the West, the Kansas City Chiefs have the edge over the Diablos. They do the head-to-head tiebreaker. Mexico City has now lost 5 in a row. Raiders and Chargers 1 game back. In the North, the NFC North has gotten pretty crazy. The Steamers are 8-5. The Red Hot Thunderbirds and the Lions are only 1 game behind, and the Packers have lost 5 in a row. In the South, Carolina's 1 game ahead of all 4 teams are over 500. There's a legit shot that all 4 teams in this division make the playoffs. That's pretty cool. In the East, the Caps are still a game ahead of the Bulldogs, and then in the West, Arizona, of course, has clinched. Players of the Week. Keith Priolio, Joe Burrow, Marlon Davidson, and is that Caleb Hughes? I think his name is Caleb. All right, let's take a look at the playoff picture, injuries, schedule, and then I think that will probably do it for today's stream. So the 1 seeds are unchanged. The Diablos are not in. It's Cougars, Dolphins, Chiefs, and the wild cards are the Jags, Bills, and Bengals. So, yeah, we are not in the playoffs right now. Yikes. In the NFC, Memphis, Carolina, and the Caps are still in first place of their divisions, but Bulldogs, Thunderbirds, and Bucks are the wild card. So the Lions are now out, and Toronto, whose season once looked dead, is lost. How much did you lose by? Like negative something. You guys have won 4 in a row. You're in the playoff. Yeah, you're winning the division. You have the same record as us, and since you've beaten us twice, you have the head-to-head tiebreaker. Doesn't mean you'll hold on, but you have it for now. What do we have weeks 15 and 16? Ooh, tank ball. Jets, Titans. Bills, Dolphins is a big game. Winner gets sole possession of first place. Bucks, Eagles is pretty big. Diablos, Cougars. Oh, God. Why do we have to play a good team? So we can pencil that one in as a loss. Snowhawks, Steamers is a big game. Jags, Texans is a big game. I guess Packers, Cardinals isn't that big. Because Green Bay is probably not going to make it, and Arizona has control of the 1 seed. Panthers, Raiders is pretty good. Sentinels, Bulldogs is good. Chiefs, Chargers is good. Thunderbirds, Lions. Ooh, both teams are 7 and 6. Saints, Caps is a good game as well. And then week 16. Why are we playing such good teams? We're really about to be under 500 after next stream. It's really about to happen. Thunderbirds, Rams. Rams probably won't make it, though. Chargers, Raiders is a good game. Dolphins, Snowhawks isn't bad. Saints, Sentinels is pretty good. Steamers, Jags. Ooh, that's a good game. Panthers, Lions is pretty good. Okay. Bulldogs, Eagles isn't bad. Let's see the injuries. What happened to Scuda? If we win the OFL Bowl, expect World War III. I fully expect World War III if that happens. Okay, what happened to Scuda? That's the big question. Foot fracture. He's out 8 weeks. So that's the final 3 weeks of a regular season and probably all of the playoffs. Wow. And Marlon Mack broke his collarbone. That's new, too. So the Chiefs take first place in the division, but they lose their star quarterback and their running back. Yikes. Malik Hooker broke his ribs. That's new. Only 1 more week for Jimmy Conley. No. Oh, Jeffrey Simmons got hurt. Wow. We have gotten hit hard by the injury bug. Jaquan Gore already happened. That's not new. 3 more weeks for Eckler, although Alexander Madison's been better. Kasim Lamb dislocated his ankle. That's a big deal. He was my pick for offensive player of the year. But now, since he's hurt, probably not. That sucks. Yeah, he's out for the year. Raiders have a lot. Joe Tooney is new. You have fraudulent RG. I think is that probably supposed to be a G? Because it ain't RJ3. Tony Pollard dislocated his elbow. That's somewhat big. And that's everyone. All right. So I guess that will end the stream. I hope everybody enjoyed. 2 more weeks in the books. And we should have a very fun final 3 weeks. I think the next stream will probably be like Tuesday or something. And then week 17 is definitely going to be Friday. Because I can't stream next weekend because I'm going to be out of town. But I think Friday is going to be week 17. So sometime next week, probably Tuesday. Although I don't think I really have a lot to do next week. So it really could be any day for the most part. But probably anticipate Tuesday being weeks 15 and 16. And then week 17 is going to be a lot of fun with these tight races. So that will do it. Hope everybody enjoyed. Peace out.